Okay, so what we're doing in this video is we're just going to review what slope-intercept form is. It's been a little while for some of us. Okay, so let's do blue. Okay, so remember M represents the slope, and there's two ways to find slope. You could do rise over run, or you could do the slope formula, y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. We will have to do a little slope formula later, not so much in this lesson. And then B, remember, is your y-intercept. And this is where it crosses the y-axis, and so this is where you start. Just a side note, if you want to take these notes, you can. Just put them in the next set of your notebook. This is kind of a review, and we have notes for everything on this, so it's more just for you watching and listening and helping you review some of the stuff that we've already learned. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and graph 1, 2, and 3. So for this one, my m is 3/4, because remember your m is always attached to the x, and then your b is 2. So what we do is we always start at the b, because b is for beginning. And so since it's 2, I'm going to go up 2. And then make a dot. Now from that dot, I'm going to do my slope, which I rise 3. So I go up 1, 1, 2, 3. And then I go over 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to do the same thing on the opposite side. And so instead of going up and to the right, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, and then go to the left 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what it makes is a straight line. Okay, let's look at the next one. My m for this next one is right here, -2. But remember, m has to be a fraction. So to make -2 a fraction, I put a 1 underneath it. And then my b is this other number 1. So remember, you always start at b, because b is for beginning. And so I start up at 1. And now I'm going to go down 2. 1, 2 over 1. So when you have a negative, when you see a negative sign, you don't go down and to the left. You just go down. So down 1, 2 over 1. Down 1, 2 over 1. Now, to do the other side, -2 over 1 is the same as 2 over -1, which means you would go up 2 to the left 1, up 2 to the left 1, and that makes a straight line. Ooh, connect the dots. Oh, I missed. Let's try that again. Ah! Oh, writing, something's going on. Okay, hold on. Okay, and then I draw my line. Ooh, that one's pretty good. Okay, last one. Right here, our m is in front of the x, and you don't see a number there. So remember, when you don't see something, there's a 1 there. So m is 1, and again, it has to be a fraction, so 1 over 1. And then our b this time is a -3. Don't forget that negative. So I'm going to start at -3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. Up 1 over 1. And there's a line. So hopefully that looks somewhat familiar. All right, let's go to the next set of problems, where this was the stuff that was actually being taught this last section before spring break, before a week off, before all the stuff. It's been crazy. So we're going to write y equals mx plus b. And so remember, your b is always where it crosses the y-axis. So y equals something x plus something, and that y-intercept is 2. Now, when you count your slope, it doesn't matter which way you go, which point you start at. I'm going to start at this point. And if I do this, I go up 1, 2, and then I go over 1. If you started at this other point, let me erase this. Okay, if you started here, you would go down 2, and then to the left 1, and -2 divided by -1, that becomes positive. So it doesn't matter which point you do, you start at, as long as you're counting your slope correctly, you'll get the correct answer. Okay, so this one, where does it cross the y-axis? That's correct, it crosses at -1. So you could say something x, and you could just have a -1. You don't have to have a plus or -1. And then now I'm going to count my slope. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go down 4, and then I go over 1, 2. I would like us to reduce fractions whenever we can, and -4 divided by 2 is -2x. And so that's the actual answer. Okay, last one. So we first find out where it crosses the y-axis, and it doesn't have a point there, but it crosses right there. So that's at 4. And so now I'm going to find my slope. So I'm going to go down 1, 2. And I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can reduce that. The number that goes into 2 and in a 6 is 2. So 2 divided by 2 is a -1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And so there's your equation. Okay. All right, so the first kind of task we have this week is just for us to practice y equals mx plus b. And so hopefully this all refreshed your memory and you remember what to do.